Welcome to Tweet of the Week, and it is a delight to be able to celebrate with Rachel Sessions, who is our Frederick County Secondary Counselor of the Year. Congratulations, Rachel.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come and join me because, first of all, we appreciate very much the work that all of our counselors do. But your role is a little more unique because you are the counselor for our Success program. So do you want to talk a little bit about what a day in your life is like?
Absolutely. So for those of you, for people who don't know, the Success program is, it serves our 18 to 21-year-olds who are certificate bound. And what we are typically is our students come into the program for half of the day on a normal schedule when we're not in the midst of a pandemic. And they learn functional reading, writing, math, and daily living skills in our program. And then the second half of the day, they usually go out to a job site and work. And then every Friday, we venture out into the community and we go on what we call missions. And on those missions, our students are able to interact with community members, practice travel training. And so as you can imagine, there's a lot of anxiety involved with all of that. So I am fortunate enough to be able to be there for those students in that moment and support them socially and emotionally.
So as you said, many things that sometimes we take for granted, there is a lot of counseling and nurturing to prepare these students, but I can tell you, having talked to them many times, that those opportunities to go out in the community, they all have their favorite. I know the YMCA is a very exciting one for many of them. And one of the great things, you've recently moved down to where the Lincoln A building was, and learning how to navigate the buses was exciting, and I heard a lot about that. So in your role as counselor, I would imagine that you also do some work with families. So can you talk a little bit about the kind of support families need as their children are navigating this? As you said, this is a lot about building adult independence for their children.
So what we do is we help build that bridge from the transition when they're leaving the public school system and then going out into the real world, and there is a lot involved. So we work really hard to connect our students with the DDA and doors to help connect them with services when they leave us. This was the first year we weren't able to do it, but we started having a kind of like a vendor fair where we would have local agencies come in to meet with our families, because it is a daunting process. There's so much paperwork, there's so much to think about. So we work really hard to support those families through that process and kind of ease their nerves and prepare them for the next step.
And so again, the importance in your role of not only helping the students, but building that support for families, because it is, as you said, it's a daunting time trying to navigate the options and being there to support your child, but at the same time working with your own emotions. It's an emotional time for everyone when your child graduates from high school. But I think particularly for our families there is they're trying to figure out the big next step for their child. And so you were nominated to be a Frederick County representative. Can you talk to us a little bit about what was that nomination process like? Because a lot of times I think people think we just go out and announce a winner, but you have to do some work to get this award.
Yeah, so I was first very surprised and honored. So my administrator and one of our staff nominated me. And then there is a bit of an application process that you have to fill out. And it's kind of hard for me to do because they say, you have to celebrate yourself. And you list all of your accomplishments and all of the things that you've helped do. And I honestly have to say, at Success, it is a true team effort. So there's nothing that I specifically have done, you know, but it was really exciting to see how much our program has grown. I think we've increased opportunities for our students to get out in the community to foster their independence by, I think it was like 200% since I started at the program. And you know, we started with this small idea of having students go out and practice using their devices, and we only took 3 students initially. And now every student has that opportunity. So for me, it was a really exciting process to be able to see, wow, we really have accomplished some really big things, you know, and that was very exciting. But it took me about a month to complete the full application, to gather the data and to, you know, do all of that. So I am absolutely thrilled to be chosen.
Well, I think, as you said, that process does force us to stop and reflect, which is sometimes we're so busy we forget. And just listening to you, Rachel, I can hear that. Let's take a risk. Let's try. And as you said, when a team is willing to do that together, you are going to get amazing results. And it is, I am sure, a team effort, but I think you are probably also being humble. Which is an endearing quality, and something we say as leaders, one should be humble and realize you're not going to do it alone, but each member of that team plays a critically important role. And as the counselor, you really do sort of become that integral part of connecting all of these pieces together. So we are very fortunate to have you as a member of the FCPS team, and I can certainly see why your administrators and staff wanted to lift you up and celebrate you for all you do with our students at Success.
Thank you.
So congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. We have so many outstanding staff members here in Frederick County Public School, and it truly does warm my heart when we get to celebrate and recognize them. So congratulations, Rachel, as our Secondary Counselor of the Year. And I hope that you will continue to follow our administrators and staff on Twitter, because this is the time of year where we are celebrating, recognizing, and honoring so many of our FCPS family. Thanks for joining, and we hope to see you next time on Tweet of the Week.